Hey, it is 11 o'clock p.m. here on the East Coast. I'm not really on the East Coast. I mean, it's Ohio. It's, it's like in the middle of nowhere, but we are East Coast time. Whoa, my volume's up. So, hey, I wanted to pop on and chat with you about what keeps you going. I just got off of a call with a client of mine, and he's turned into a really good friend, Dr. Doug McCloy. And we were talking about, he's got a bunch of practice locations. He's an optometrist, and he has a bunch of locations in all your families in Ohio. Malvern. I don't know where that is. What's up, Corey Calvin? Greg Crane up in Canada, eh? Looking good without that big caveman beard. Doug Kuzma, how you doing? Cindy, bedtime, 11 o'clock. Ooh, no, not for me. Larry Schneider, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Mike Scott, my brother, how you doing? Good to see you, bro. So I was talking, and Dr. McCloy and I were talking about he's got a lot of really great things going on. His business is primarily in Jamaica, and Jamaica is like, man, they've been really locked down. And, I've been thinking about, hey, Sandy Archer, how are you? I've been thinking about, being blessed, man. I feel so blessed. And I've really been thinking about, how in the world, like all of these amazing things have happened for me in my life. And, if I put the pieces of that puzzle together, because there's a lot of people that are good people that things go wrong for quite often, more often than going right for them. Hey, Leona, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So what's up, Weldon Whitehurst? So I've really been thinking about this. Like, how is it that I've been so blessed in my life? And I can tell you that the primary reason I've been so blessed in my life is because I've been so unblessed in my life. That makes sense, right? So you all have a good night, and thank you for stopping by. I'm just kidding. So look, hey, Leanne, Larry, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Still mind blown that I'm a contributor in Jeffrey Gitomer's next book. Amazing. Blessings to those who give out to others. Well, yes, that is definitely a big part of it. Hey, Roxy. Mia Campbell, what are you doing on my live stream, young lady? So Mia is over here with my daughter hanging out. So I didn't know Mia was on Facebook, but anyway, so here's my theory. Pam says, I'm trying to figure out how to take in all that's happening in my life as well, but I think we can give back. That's a great reminder that it's just a big circle of giving and receiving. Right. However, there is another element, and I pointed this out to my buddy, Dr. McCloy. What's up, Frank Cranitti? What's going on, my brother? So, you missed that announcement. Yeah, like the biggest announcement of my professional life. Like I'm a contributor in Jeffrey Gitomer's next book, which is just mind-blowing. So yes, you definitely have to give. It is a circle of giving and receiving. You have to give. However, I was talking to Dr. McCloy, and he said, bro, I'm just blessed. And I said, dude, you're a blessed man. And he said, bro, I am, man. I am definitely blessed and favored. The Lord is taking good care of me. And I agree with that statement. However, I said to him, I said, dude, you are blessed and favored because you believe you're blessed and favored. You believe it. You believe that you're blessed and favored. Now, you go to church, you give back. He's got a huge mission. Like he does so much good for the country of Jamaica. He does some amazing, amazing things, charitable things that are incredible. However, if he walked around in life and said, yeah, I'm blessed and favored, but in the back of his mind, he was like, yeah, not really, man. Not really. I mean, some people are blessed and favored. I mean, I say that, but I don't really feel it. He wouldn't be blessed and favored. He would not be blessed and favored. He would not be living his life on the level that he's living. And I know the level he's living on. And let me tell you, it's a level that y'all want to get on. I promise you. So when you have, I don't even know how many practice locations he has, but it's a bunch. And so when you're living your life from the mindset of I'm blessed and favored. I am blessed and favored. And that's the conversation that you're constantly having with yourself, and you're celebrating life, right? You're celebrating life. You're living life joyously, not with anger, not with hatred, not blaming a group of people or blaming a person or blaming an ex or blaming, but you're living in the blessings and the favor that have been bestowed upon all of us, every single one of us. You are blessed and favored, and it will reflect in your life on the level, to the degree that you believe you're blessed and favored. It's that simple. It really is that. You're like, come on, man, you're oversimplifying life. No, it is that simple. The more that I focused on how blessed I am, the more I focus on it, the more I want to share my blessings, right? The more I focus on how blessed I am, the more I share, the more that comes to me. And I can't stop it. I mean, I could just get all negative, Nancy. Sorry if Nancy's on here, but get all negative Nelly. My apologies if there's a Nelly on here, but you get my point. Like if you get negative and you start and you want to believe that you're blessed and favored, but you're out here talking about how, hey, Lynn Serrano, how in the world are you? I love that woman right there. Samuel J. Sneed, what's happening, my brother? What keeps me going? Sweet, sweet sleep and a big, clear vision of what and why I'm doing what I do to serve others. Amen. Tammy says, what keeps me going is being able to help others. Oh my gosh, makes my heart so happy. Amen. Hallelujah. I love that. So here's the thing, right? If you didn't believe, though, that you're blessed and favored, if you didn't believe, sorry, Nancy. So if you didn't believe, though, that if you're walking around feeling negative towards anything, if you're, there are some Nellies in Ohio. Yeah, I know. Whoa, Nelly. So, but if you're walking around and you're blaming things, right? You're like on social media and you're like, oh my gosh, you see the post about the how awful the pandemic is and the scamdemic and the plandemic and the masks and I was talking to my buddy Shaka Dyson yesterday. Shaka, I love this dude, man. I mean, I love this dude. He is freaking amazing. And he said, I think people have forgotten that they just need to shut off the cable news. They need to shut off the Fox News, the CNN, the MSNBC, They need to get off of the social media and they need to go outside. He said, because when I go outside, I don't see no racism. When I go outside, I don't see all this craziness going on social media and on the news. I don't see that. He said, my family and I, we celebrate life, man. We are having fun. We are having fun. And too many people have forgotten to get the heck off of social media, get the heck off of the news, and go out there and look at the world, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful world we live in. It's a beautiful world we live in. If you get out of the negativity that's all around you and all the stuff that you're submersing yourself in, and you go outside and you talk to your neighbors, you go talk to strangers. Go talk to strangers. Meet people like Doug Wing. Doug Wing, who's the co-chairman of the Little Giant Ladder Company, who's now a good friend of mine, and we're developing this relationship. I'm now invited to come and ride dirt bikes with him out in Utah. I'm looking forward to that. But when you get out of the negativity that we're all just bombarded with nonstop, and you say, I am blessed and favored. When I told my buddy Doug has a big mission practice in Jamaica, right? He's like an amazing dude, an amazing, giving, caring, loving man of God. I love this dude like a brother. And he said, dude, I said, dude, he's telling me about some new stuff happening, which I'm not gonna put out, but like, it's amazing new stuff happening in his life. And I said, dude, that is amazing. I said, you are a blessed man, bro. He said, I am blessed and favored. I have been blessed and favored for so long. It's just mind blowing what God has seen me through and helped me through and brought me to. And I said, you know what though? Let me tell you something that most people probably don't tell you. You're blessed and favored, not because God's like, well, hey, he's a doctor. He's a really cool dude. So I'm going to show favoritism and bless him and let everybody else starve. That's not what God does. I don't believe that. You can't convince me God is like that. I don't think God is like that. I think Doug is blessed and favored, number one, because he's a good man and he does good things. And number two is he believes he's blessed and favored. If you don't believe that you're blessed and favored, you will not, more than likely, be blessed and favored. I go out most evenings on res to stargaze with my family. What's on res mean? I saw my brother pop in here. If there was no such thing as social media or news media, how many people would know that there's right? No one would know. You'd hear a rumor about it, maybe walking down the street. Hey, did you hear about the deadly virus? No, I didn't hear about it. Sorry. That's right. That's right. Blessing and favor are waiting for our permission to show up. That's right, man. That is absolutely true. What's up, Kellen? How you doing? Good to see you. So look, I hung up the phone with my buddy a little bit ago. Oh, the native reservation. That's so awesome. I love that. Fort Yuma, Cali. That's so awesome. Most people are walking around in this world living defensively. Trying to fend off all the trying to process all of the negativity. You know, when I was training door-to-door salespeople a long time ago, 20 years ago, I would talk about, now this was 20 years ago, I would talk about the fact that back then we were bombarded on a daily basis with 17,000 advertisements we would see on average per day. Something insane. I forget what it was crazy. Now 20 years later with social media, you can't, I mean, unless you have YouTube Premium like I do and pay the extra $10 a month, if you get on YouTube and watch a video, you're watching ads, right? I don't like ads, so I pay the $10. But like, you know, here's the thing, man, like we are bombarded with advertisements, bombarded every single day. You could shut off social media and shut off the TV and not turn either one of them on, and you're still going to get bombarded with ads if you drive anywhere, because they're everywhere. And they're always telling you how bad this situation is, or that person is, or that thing is. They're always telling you all of these bad things. You don't see a lot of positivity. So what you're feeding your mind, everybody's heard of GIGO, right? Garbage in, garbage out. What you feed your mind is what's going to come out in the results in your life. And that's one of the things I love about my buddy, Dr. McCloy, because he reads his Bible every single day. He's a man of faith. He's a man of good work. He does really, really good works in the world. He doesn't just talk about it. He actually does it. He has a huge mission practice down in Jamaica where he helps blind people come in, gives them cataract surgery, and then they walk out with vision, able to see. And he's done it for many, many years. And something really cool is happening in his life right now. I mean, really cool. And he's like, bro, this has been 3 decades of unbelievable ups and downs. Some wise decisions along the way, some bad decisions along the way, but it's 3 decades to get him to where he is at this moment. And I'm like, I can so relate to that, man. So relate to that. You may be going through a tough time right now. You may be wondering if your friends or your family are really your friends or your family. You may be wondering if you should just keep going or go do something else. You may be wondering, you know, how do I pull this off? How do I make it another day? And I've been there, man. I mean, I have been there so many times. So many times. How am I going to pay the electric bill? How do I make my car payment? Oh my gosh, the insurance is auto drafted. I hope I have enough in the account. I've been there so many times. It's not even funny. But I can tell you this, that if you just do good work, be a good person, and you have to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to know that you are blessed. You have to know it. You have to know it. You are blessed and favored. And when you have those conversations, I'm blessed and favored. I am blessed and favored. I am a good person. I do good works. And as a result of what I do and what I believe in my heart, I am blessed and favored. And when you are saying those things, you're having those conversations with yourself, magical moments start happening. Like Jeffrey Gitomer calling me and asking me to be a contributor in his new book. Well, that's not supposed to happen with guys like me unless I believe I'm blessed and favored. Unless I continue to push forward. Then it happens with guys like me. And it'll happen with people just like you too, if you want it to. For real. If you want it to, it'll happen for you. But you have to believe it. And you're going to have moments where you doubt it. We all do. We all reach those moments. Everybody does. And if they tell you they don't, they'll lie to you about other stuff too, because everybody goes through the crap. Everybody. He's blessing you even when you don't realize it. Amen. The fast track is to face your facts of where you're at, own it, and start building from that foundation. Stop lying to yourself. Amen. But I had a guy, a psychiatrist one time, tell me that we all lie to ourselves. If we told ourselves the truth about everything going on around us, there's a lot happening at once around us. If you told yourself the truth about every single detail going on around you, you'd go stark raving mad almost instantaneously. So what keeps you going? What keeps you going? Those moments when you feel like, man, I don't, I'm not going to make it. What keeps you going? I have the show Breakthrough Walls, and every single guest I've had on, I ask them, what do you think the biggest thing is that holds people back from success? That's one of the last questions I ask. And I don't mean just success financially. I'm talking about success in life and happiness and joy and freedom. And the most common answer is fear. And I agree with it. It's fear. Man, what if I walk around for the next 20 years and say, I am blessed and favored. I am blessed and favored. And then I'm not. That's the fear. What if I do that for 20 years and it's not true? What if it is true? What if it is true? What are you going to walk around a miserable SOB for the next 20 years instead? Like, come on. What's up, Colin? I was once told it's not as important what you have faith in as it is that you have, and somebody falls 30 feet and dies. I'm sure he had those thoughts. He had to have. You're not human if you're not having those thoughts. Or what if somebody actually does fall and dies? Oh, that's it. I give up. No, man. You keep pushing. Parvez, how you doing? Am I saying your name right? Parvez? Parvez, am I saying that right? Got to take a chance and put yourself out there. And you have to believe. You have to believe that you are blessed and favored no matter what. No matter what, you have to believe it. Look, I have a friend, very, very wealthy CEO of a company, that used to say to me, and this is a guy that started his business from nothing, just like me. And he'd see me, man, just juggling everything, trying to make it all work, pay employees and get the landlord paid and pay the lights and pay the car payments. And he saw me doing all this, and he'd come into my office and sit down and talk with me. And he'd say, I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it. And I go, man, I don't know either. I just believe that it's going to work out, and I just keep pushing forward. I don't know any other way. I don't know any other way. I think most of us, like people that say, just don't give up. What is there another option? What is the alternative to that? I give up. What's that mean? You give up? What's that mean? You give up? Like what is the alternative? I don't get it. Like saying, just keep going, keep pushing, keep going, don't give up. I like, you don't give up until you're dead. Why is it harder to believe in yourself when Why is it harder to believe in yourself when others do than it is to believe in someone else when you do? That's a great question. And I'm going to tell you, I think I know the answer to that, Colin. Because it's easier to believe in somebody else who has to put in the work. It's harder to believe in us that we're actually going to be capable of putting in the work and that everything is going to work out, because we have that little voice going in the back of our head, constantly doubting us. In my book, Walls of Wisdom, I wrote about that. I said, I wake up to the judge, jury, and executioners every single day. Every day. How many people on here, and I want you to be honest with me, drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever thought, man, I need to write a book and get it published. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever thought that. And you haven't done it yet. Through those times, what did you, if I feel low, I think of my family and friends and keep plowing. Oh, you meant through those times, right? Colin's comment there. Mike Scott says, unfortunately, it's what I see most people do every day. They put their head in the sand and just go through the motions. Exactly, man. Wow, look at all the 1s. Holy crap. Good job, Samuel. Good job, brother. Oh, it's not published yet. Okay. Well, then I take back the good job comment. I'm just kidding, dude. At least you wrote it. But here's the thing. It doesn't take much to get it published. Like, get your book. Here, look. As most of you know, I wrote a book called Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., I am interviewing Mark Victor Hansen and his wife on Amazon Live. Mark Victor Hansen and Jack Canfield hold the world record for the number of books sold. They've sold over 500 million books, the Chicken Soup for the Soul books series. 500 million books. That's crazy. Like, that's insane numbers, right? But I'm interviewing them on Amazon Live tomorrow to bring more attention to their book. And they're friends of mine, and I want to help them. But, like, think about that. Mark has a course and a book, I think. The book is called You Have a Book in You. I highly, and I mean highly, recommend that you write a book. If you've ever thought, gosh, I'd like to write a book on this topic or whatever it is, write the book. Write the book. You want to know how you start? You start with an iPad, a laptop, your computer, and you go open up a Google document or a Word document, and you start typing. You start typing. And if you don't know how to do it, get a book and learn how to do it. Or buy Mark's course. You have a book in you course. And if you want information on it, let me know if you need information on that. But learn how to do this stuff. And you can learn how to do it. And it's not expensive to do. Let me tell you something. I published my book when I was 48. I was 48 years old. And when I learned how easy it was to publish a book, and I don't mean I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's it's not as easy as making toast. But I'm telling you that when I got Amazon, when you publish on Amazon, which where else would you publish right now unless you're a really well-known author and you have a publishing company? I mean, you can do a self-publishing deal and get your book out there. And there's ways to actually get, it's not well, I mean, it's not simple, but it's not super, super difficult to get to the top. If you get to the top 100 in your category on Amazon, that makes you a best-selling author. And let me tell you something, man, like everything in the world, like I'm a #1 best-selling author, and you could take everything from me, but you can never, ever, ever take that title from me. Never. I'm a #1 best-selling author, and I will be for the rest of my life. So if you feel like, man, I have this passion, or I have this, I got to get this on paper, then get it on paper. If you need help, there are professionals that will help you. Oh yeah, Greg Crane. He's an author. He's a best-selling author. And I'm telling you, like he worked with my wife and me, and we put together some amazing things. In fact, Greg, your domain renewed this morning. I forgot about that. Literally, I got notified that GoDaddy charged me for your domain this morning. Can you believe that? And here you are. It's been, how long has it been now, Greg? 2 years, right? 2 years ago. It's amazing. So I had a short story my teacher had published from a creative writing class at IU called Just a Few Things That Are Pissing Me Off. I'll send you a copy if I can find it. Barely written anything since. Let me tell you something, Colin, and anyone else listening. When you start writing, and Mark Victor Hansen talks about this a lot, and so does my buddy Jeffrey Gitomer. When you start writing, you're literally accessing a different part of your beingness, your being, your spiritual side, your brain, whatever you want to refer to it as. You're accessing a different part that you are not used to accessing. You're not used to accessing it. You access that part of your being, your life, and you start writing this stuff out. My gosh, things just like magical things happen in life. It's crazy. It is crazy. So look, this wasn't even about writing a book. I didn't want to make this about writing a book, but you should really look into Mark's course. He's got a great course, and what better guy to learn from than the #1 best-selling. He's sold more books than anybody ever, except for the Bible. The Bible's the only book that's outsold Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's incredible. Oh, I did not know that. Did I know that? I did not know that, Leona. I'll send you my address. Send me a message to remind me. I'll send it to you. So, and now because I've written a book, because I dominate live streaming. By the way, if you haven't downloaded my free ebook, 100livestreamsecrets.com, go do that now. It's free. 100livestreamsecrets.com. It's free. Seriously, it's free. Go get it. Go get it. 100livestreamsecrets.com. But when you I look at all of the things that have just popped off since I said, I am tired of playing small in my life. I literally got to that point where I'm like, I am sick and tired of playing small. Is it true that there is no money in book sales, but it creates distinction and is a great launch pad for a new business? 1000% it's true that there's no money in book sales unless you're selling a lot of books. I mean, look, if you sell 500 million books, you're going to make a ton of money. A ton. There's plenty of money in book sales if you're selling enough books. What most authors do, including me, I've sold a lot of books, but But what most authors do is we it's the best calling card. I mean, I don't even own a business card. I don't have a business card anymore. I don't. I have a digital business card and my book. If I want a meeting with somebody, I send them my book. If I want to cold call somebody, I would walk in with my book. Say, "Hey, is Weldon here? This is a copy of my book. I wanted to bring it by and hand it to him and shake his hand." Or fist bump him because of COVID. So, it's a great launch pad for a lot of things. But yes, you can make some money, but man, you got to sell a lot of books to make money in book sales. So, I got to tell you something. I heard, this was kind of the, it was a pivotal moment for me when Grant Cardone talks about writing his first book, Sell or Be Sold, when the market was tanking back in 08, 09, and I think he said half of his net worth went out the door in a second's notice, and he was going through a big lawsuit. All kinds of problems were happening. And Elena said, "I didn't sign up for plan B, so you need to figure this out. You need to go in that office right now and do not come out of that office until you have a plan." And she told this story at the first 10X Growth Conference, and I she's the only speaker that actually made me tear up. It was moving to hear her talk about this, because she told Grant, and I think most men would be able to relate to this, because we've all been there where we feel like we're a failure. We're letting our wife down. We're letting our kids down. So many of us have been there, and there's all this pressure in the world that's put on men to not fail, but to win and take care of their family. And so she said, I told him to go in there and write this book, or go in there and figure out a plan to save us. I didn't sign up for plan B. Like, that's not what I signed up for. And she said he sat in there, and an hour went by, then 2 hours, and she thought, "Oh my God, what have I done? What's he doing in there?" And 3 hours goes by, and he comes out and he hands her a stack of papers. And she says, What is this?" He goes, "That's my book. That's what's going to save us." And she said, I looked at him and said, "What?" He said, "That's going to save us right there, that book. That's my book. I just wrote that book." She said, "You wrote this in 3 hours?" He's, "Yep. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's do this." And it completely changed everything for them. And I thought, well, you know what? If Grant Cardone can write a book in 3 hours, I can certainly write a book in 7 days. And so, in between working, Glenn Moorshower, my brother, how in the world are you, man? Called you earlier, man. Called you back. Or no, you didn't call me. You texted me, but I called you. So I thought I can do it in 7 days. And 7 days later, my book was done. It was done. Within 10 days, my wife had edited it, and I was pushing hard. I'm like, "Come on, you got to get this thing edited." Matter of fact, I think she missed a couple of little. I've seen them when I read through it, and it's like, whatever. It's a best-selling book, not a best-spelling book. But look, it was life-changing for me. October the 6th of 2017. October 6th of 2017 is when I published my book. Yes, Glenn, I'll send that over in just a second. It's when I published my book, and because of all my friends and family and people I know and love online, my book hit bestseller status in right around 4.5, 5 hours. And then I released the Kindle version, and it hit #1 on Amazon and stayed there for 48 hours. It's a life-changing thing that you can do. And like I said about Mark Victor Hansen, he has a course. I haven't taken the course because I know how to write a book and self-publish a book, and I don't need the course, although I could probably benefit from it. I just felt like I've already published a book. I know how to do it. I sent you the link just now, bro. So, and if I finish up before you get on, we can do it again some other time. I'm actually pretty close to wrapping up. So, but look, I think that you need to, like my buddy and I were talking about, Dr. McCloy. He said, I am blessed and favored. And I said, you're blessed and favored. Yes, you are. I agree. But it's because you believe that you're blessed and favored. Until you believe that you're blessed and favored, you have to believe it, man. You have to believe it. What's up, Anthony Green? You've got to dig deep down inside, and you have to believe that you're blessed and favored. If you're walking around in life looking for everything going wrong, you're going to find it. You're going to find it. There's a story about this young dude that moves to town and this little town. And he says, Kyle, I have no idea, man. I don't know. I think he did, but I who knows? I don't know. But this guy moves to town, sees this old guy sitting on a park bench, walks over to him. He says, hey there, old feller. I just moved to town. What are the people like in this town? He said, well, buddy, what are the people like in the town you came from? He goes, man, the people there are just so wonderful. They all just love each other. They help each other. They're just great, happy, friendly people. And the guy goes, well, I reckon you're going to find that the people here are just about the same. He's like, great, thank you. Another guy moves to town, sees the same old guy sitting over there. Hey, I just moved to town, buddy. What are the people like around here? He said, well, what are the people like? What are the people like where you're from? He said, man, they're all a bunch of backbiting, backstabbing, mean, nasty people. They're just not good people. Man, they're all out to hurt each other and call each other names and point out faults. And he goes, yeah, they're probably going to be about the same here in this town, then. See, whatever you look for is what you're going to get. It's what you're going to get. If you want to get hung up, some people like getting hung up on stuff like that, Kyle. I don't care. I don't care if Grant jumped out of that plane or not at Growth Conference. I don't care. Don't care. You want to get hung up on that? Get hung up on it, man. You want to get hung up on that and call people out so you can get attention? Go for it. So look, I think that if you really think about what it is that keeps you going, setting goals, those are good things. Setting goals that revolve around helping other people, solving world problems, those are good things. Getting caught up in negativity, that's not a good thing. Disconnecting from negativity, just joking. Disconnecting from people who are negative, disconnecting from social media, disconnecting from the media, the cable news networks and the Fox News channels and the MSNBC, disconnecting, and go outside and walk around and meet your neighbors and look at people in the eyes and talk to them. There are some really, really good people in this world. Really, really good people in this world. There are good people who are Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and every other kind of religion out there. And there are all those same people with those same labels, those same religious beliefs. There are a lot of really bad people with those beliefs. But you got to focus on being blessed beyond measure. You are blessed. You are blessed. And it's your responsibility to recognize it. Just like I'm blessed to have my buddy Glenn Moorshower jumping on here with me right now. What's happening?
You are blessed.
Whoa, I hear myself.
Right now, I'm turning it off.
Mike Scott, let's catch up tomorrow, dude, for sure. For sure. Let's catch up. What's happening, man?
I feel so good that it's just not even fair.
It's probably illegal.
It might be declared illegal. I'm feeling peaceful.
Good, man.
I just woke up from a nap. I love that my naps happen when people go to bed for the night. I just conked. I conked and I woke up about 30 minutes ago. I wasn't out long. I was out about 30 minutes. Just a little nappy poo.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I started watching this documentary about Michael Jordan.
About what?
About Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to beat up on somebody right now.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I want to conquer something. And it's just, inspiration is everything to me. I'm joking when I said I want to beat up on somebody. I don't have any desire to beat up on anybody. What I want to do is I want to do something. And I've had about enough of this COVID crap where we,
Hey, our communist governor here in Ohio decided he's going to try to force everybody to wear a mask now. Today.
Well, I know where he's going to fall short with you. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
I know that.
I have a pre-existing medical condition. I can't.
You have a pre-existing.
I do.
Okay.
And if you ask me what it is, you're breaking HIPAA laws, man. You can't ask me that. It's my medical record.
This was the face of someone who did not ask. Did at any point did I say, really? What is it? I didn't ask.
The Last Dance, that's what it's called.
Yes, it's called The Last Dance. Oh, Greg's watching you now. Now I know why I don't see Greg in class anymore. He's become a Ken Walls fan.
Greg's always on my live streams, man. I love it.
That's awesome. It is a great documentary.
Yeah.
And
I gotta watch that. I forgot they emailed me and said that was out on.
But then I heard you were live, and you can see where my priorities lie.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Let's see, Michael Jordan. How about this? MJ, or K-Dub?
K-Dubs.
And I went with K-Dub.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Thank you.
I went with K-Dub. And here's awesome. Why. Here's why. I can't catch MJ live, but I can catch K-Dub live.
And he probably wouldn't even pass you the ball. Let's just be honest. But see,
well,
look,
at this point,
watch. Here, catch, Glenn. Did you get it? All right. Hey, I just passed you the ball. Boom! You got the ball.
And not only got the ball, look, I still got moves.
A
lot of people ain't got these moves, right? 61 years old. Come on with it. Come on with it. Whoo! Come on with it. Let's go. Yeah, no, I still got moves. Daddy got moves.
Want to see something awesome today? Watch Glenn's Uptown Funk lip sync. That is so funny. I watched that the other day.
Well, you can play it while I go get salmon. I don't want to burn my house down. I came running up here when you threatened to.
Where's the wifey?
She gone, man. She gone.
Oh, she's asleep. Go! Don't burn your house down. Go.
I'll wait on you. Go to a single card. I'm gonna go fix up some salmon. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm going to mute your microphone until you get back. So we could sit here in this split screen and just stare at Glenn's stuff. You know what we could do is we could stare at all of his stuff back there and guess what some of it is. Oh, I could go full screen like that. Now we could just look at his stuff and go, okay, well, that looks like a mannequin head over there. I know, I already know the story. That's a CD/DVD rack. There's some really cool pictures. Looks like there may be an HP printer back there. He'll go back and watch the replay of this, and he'll be like, "What were you doing, dude?" It's so funny. Anyway, I want an extra mile b-ball game after COVID, right? I know, man. I know. So yeah, I you know, as I was saying, like you've got to realize how blessed you are. Once you realize it, once you feel it, that you are blessed and you are favored and you know it, and you're having that conversation with yourself. Once you feel that authentic, I'm okay with me because I'm blessed and favored. God's got me. That doesn't mean he doesn't got you, but God's got me. Right? How's my business been? My business has been great, man. My training program has been phenomenal because of COVID. A lot of people asking for help right now because they don't know how to use technology and they don't know how to do live streams and all of this. So it's been great, man. I realized it many years ago. It's the only way that I've been able to be so successful. Exactly, dude. Exactly. You've got to realize that you are blessed and you are favored. You've got to realize that. And you got to own that. You got to live that. You got to feel that. You've got to know that you are blessed and you are favored. And the more that you feel that, the more you live that, the more the negativity, the negative people, like Kyle may have mentioned one of those negative people earlier, but those negative people, that you just push them away, man. They're out of your life permanently. They're gone. You block them on social media. You get them out of your life. Get them out of your life because you don't need that in your life. I mean, you can have it in your life. You can have it in your life, but look, it's not going to do you any good. It's not doing you any good. I've had those people in my life. I've been around those people. They just want to drag you down to their level that they're feeling emotionally about themselves. And if you stay in it, you're allowing that. You can't complain about something you're allowing. If I called you up and I said, "Hey, Steph Jane Ross, hey, Steph, I got this problem." And she says, "Sure, Ken, what can I help you with?" And I go, "Well, every day, you know, I wake up and I keep this pile of bricks right next to my bed. Every day I wake up and I grab a brick and I smash it against my forehead over and over and over until I'm bleeding. And then I put the brick down." And she goes, "Well, other than the obvious, what problem?" "Well, that's the problem. I keep smashing bricks against my forehead and I just, you know, it's giving me a headache every day. A headache every single day. And I don't know what to do about it." "How about you stop smashing the bricks against your forehead, dude? Stop doing that. It's giving you a headache and it's making you bleed. Stop doing that." "What do you mean you don't know what to do?" That's the same if every time I go home, my wife just wants to pick a fight with me. I'm never good enough. I never do enough for her, or vice versa, or whatever it is. hey man, if it's not true and you know it's not true in your heart, then you either confront it and you say, we're going to work on this together as a team and we're going to fix it, or disconnect. You can't stay in that unless you just plan to be a miserable human being living a miserable experience for the rest of your life. I don't know what Bradley has to say. I have him blocked everywhere, so I don't care what he has to say, because you got to disconnect from people that want to hold you down. That's what you do in life. And that's what I do in life. You bring negativity into my life, you're out, man. You're out. You're gone. I don't tolerate it. I have a lot to give to other people. I bring a lot of positivity to the world. That's what I do. Dude, please repost it. Did I miss something? Colin, did I miss something? I don't understand people's self-destructive behaviors, but it sure has been an issue in our family for many years. You know, for me, it's reminds me of the scene in Liar Liar when he yells at his client over the phone, "Stop breaking the law," after asking for legal advice. Exactly. I never worked for him, for the record. So look, if you want to have a better life, Glenn is back. Whoops. I removed you completely. How's that salmon, dude?
In the vicinity of deliciousness. So good.
I'm not a salmon fan.
It also gives you fantastic breath. One of the big perks, especially if you get late at night.
Your audio is delayed, bro.
It is?
Keep talking.
Hold
it. I think it just caught up.
Caught up? Okay. Are we good now?
Yeah. Did Glenn see Out of Shadows documentary?
No, I did not. I don't even know. I don't know.
What is that about? Oh, you don't? I
don't know.
Dude, I watched your movie the other night.
Oh yeah, you never told me. Men Who Stare at Goats. And your review was?
The men who stare at goats.
What was your review? You're not saying anything, so there it is.
The best. Okay, so the very best line in the entire movie
was mine.
Was yours when you said, "Holy
shit."
I'm not kidding. That was the best part of the whole movie.
That was pretty bad.
When the goat fell over. Oh.
So what did I miss?
Positive or negative thinking tends to breed positive or negative thinking. How about instead of hindsight is 2020, we start saying mindset is 2020. Oh, mindset is 2020, dude.
I don't know that 2020 is going to be a great point of reference moving forward. I think we've had about enough of 2020, haven't we? Maybe go with 2015, because 2015 is even better vision than 2020.
You know, 2020 has been interesting, dude. It's been interesting for sure.
But that's a beautiful comment. So what have you guys been talking about that I'm unaware of? You've been talking about mindset?
I had a phone conversation with my buddy Dr. McCloy. I got when you didn't answer my call, because I called you when you he did, my other buddy. I'm just kidding.
Oh, the other buddy answered.
You're not even like taking the bait.
Because I didn't even know you had called. And then I got up. I went over. I realized I had set my phone down in the front entryway. It was not in my bedroom. I looked and I went, "Oh, Ken called. Let me look at what's up." And there you were live.
Oh, wow. And
so this is me returning your call.
Wow, this is even better, dude. Wow.
Yeah, so what were you discussing?
So look, Hyena says, I agree. 2020 sounds like an episode on 2020. 2016 was the best. So my buddy he's got something really, really cool happening in his life. Okay. And I can't go into the details, but it's really amazing. And he's been a doctor for 30 years, and he's got all these practice locations in Jamaica, but he has a big mission practice where he gives and gives and gives also down there. Amazing human being. And I said, dude, you are one blessed man. And he goes, I am blessed. And what was the other word? Oh my God.
I know it.
No, I'm blessed and favored. And I said, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I said, Doug, and him and I are the same. I'm a little bit older than him, but I love this dude. He's like a brother to me. And I said, well, Doug, I mean, favored. It isn't like God went, well, Doug, you're a better person than everybody else. So you know what? I'm going to show you some favoritism. And I said, I don't think God works like that. I said, I think you're blessed and favored because you believe that you're blessed and favored. You know that you're blessed and favored. And when you know that you're blessed and favored, guess what? You're going to be blessed and favored even more. And he's like, whoa, dude, you're going deep tonight. I said, well, I mean, it's the truth, though. Like most people walk around and they go, oh, look at Glenn Morshower. He's lucky because he gets to eat salmon whenever he wants.
He's lucky because he got to be in The Men Who Stare at Goats, which Ken hated.
I didn't hate it. There were some funny moments. I'm terrible at remembering movies, man. Even after.
Let's see. You didn't hate it. I have a text from you this morning that told me how much you spent on the movie and that you would like a refund immediately. I would call that hate, Ken.
Yeah. No, it's a decent, okay movie. But anyway, so I mean.
It's decent, okay.
I mean, it's okay. George Clooney was kind of funny in it. There were some funny parts, kind of, a little bit. I mean, watch
it. You realize we're doing another episode of What Does Glenn Eat?
Yeah, I know. It's always salmon, it seems like.
Well, it's only going to be like 2 more bites. I'm done.
So people are. I think that we are blessed and favored in our lives to the degree that we realize we're blessed and favored. When
yes, agreed wholeheartedly.
You talk about you did your first movie at 16 and I'm sure you didn't make at 16 years old. You weren't being paid what you're paid now to do a movie. And, so there's this process of things of especially failing. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm favored in my life. I'm blessed in my life because I have had so many times in my life where I didn't feel blessed and I felt very unfavored. Right. Sure. And it was all of those experiences that lead up to, and it's not an event. There's no huge event. Like, there's not like, yes, maybe you've been to red carpet events and, but for most people, it's not.
Well, most anyone of any notoriety has, Ken.
What?
Been to a red carpet event.
Right. I haven't, but thanks for so by, Glenn.
I am so messing with you, but will you allow me to bless this audience tonight? Will you allow me to do that?
Please.
With some goodness.
I'm going to give you the full stage.
Feeling. Okay, I want to start by saying hello to Weldon. Excuse me.
I love
because Weldon was the first one to greet me. Hi, Weldon.
There's your when the actor is your friend might be a problem.
Yeah, that's true. Not at all. I told him. I said it's nothing special.
You did say that, by the way.
I warned you in advance.
Yes.
And I want to say hello to Leona. Hello, Leona. Sweetheart, I want to thank you for the masks that you designed because of the Dallas Cowboy theme, and I do wear them. And I just want you to know that. I thought about you today when I went out, and I thought, here's Leona being with me in this moment. It was very nice. So here's what I want to offer up uh, tonight. And this is said from such a humble heart. First of all, I'm going to invite, and I'm sure this will only seem to hit a familiar chord with a few of you. And for others, this may seem like a really far reaching concept. But all I can say is try it. And I watched The Island 2 weeks ago and saw a cameo. Yeah, that was the great Michael Bay that directed that film, who called me at home and said, I need you on a movie I'm directing.
There's my buddy Joe Skelly.
Go Eagles. He's saying it because he knows I'm from Dallas.
I know. How
about this? Congratulations to your Eagles. They're a great team. You don't expect to hear that from a Texan, but greatness is greatness. So yeah, Michael Bay called and said, dude, I really need you on this film. I want you on the film. I love working together with you. And I said, well, what are you talking about? He said, tomorrow morning. And I said, okay, yeah, I'm free. But Michael, I mean, you got to give me some information. Just can you at least tell me what the film is about? And he said, and I quote, it's about the future. I'll see you at 7. Click.
Oh, wow.
It's about the future. I'll see you at 7. And that was the deal. Anyway, what I wanted to bring to you tonight, Ken, is that doing dishes and the experience of doing them, and we own a dishwasher, by the way. I haven't used it since I moved into this house, not one time. And we've been here 8 years. And the reason is I don't wish to be robbed of the meditative engagement of dishwashing, because my biggest breakthroughs, and I can't explain why, I have a theory, but my biggest breakthroughs in thought, in meditative thought, and in epiphanies really happen while I'm doing dishes. It happens while I'm doing dishes, it happens while I'm working on cars, and it happens while I'm working or when I'm in the shower, usually. Those three. Of the least of the three is working on cars, because I have to be more attentive to detail and really hyper focused, whereas I can almost wash my dishes with my eyes closed and just feel. Here's the point. Today I was thinking, I know what my next post is going to be, and then I didn't know you'd be live tonight, Ken. And normally you and I get off on different things than the trio, and you know that when you and I are doing one-on-one, different things unfold. Not necessarily better, and certainly not necessarily worse. There's just a different dynamic than there is when there are the three of us on the Ken and Glenn with a guy named Scott show on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And so let me speed this along. I started thinking as I was washing dishes this evening, I started thinking about the concept of the tide, as in the tide going out. And many of you're a shower thinker too, Weldon. Awesome. But I want to talk about this because it's really key. And this is where I use Ken's expression, drop a 1, because I'm going to ask you to drop a 1 if you have ever witnessed the following scene visually, which I have on multiple occasions, where you are in an area where a dock goes out over the water at the ocean, and there are some little small boats that are right up next to the shore. And the tide goes out. And what is left there is a dock and sand and a boat and no water, because the water goes way out. And you can walk all the way out to beyond the end of the dock and you're still on sand. And the reason I bring this up is because I know from experience that the condition of the tide going out is more than just a circumstance that involves oceanic movement, but that our lives experience the tide rolling out and rolling back in. And the question is, what do you do when the tide is out? And I will tell you that when our personal tide is out, my observation after helping many people in the personal development industry over the years, as a speaker, as a coach, and it's not a judgment, it's an observation. The vast majority of people are prone to panic. They at least seem prone to panic because where's the water? What, there was water here just a short time ago, and now there's not. And what the hell am I supposed to do with a boat? And I just bought this boat, and now it's sitting there in the sand. And so the boat could be a business, metaphorically speaking. The boat could be a relationship. The boat could be a health condition. The boat could be any one of a number of things metaphorically. But the very nature of life, and it's helpful if we know these things ahead of time, because anything you know a bit about ahead of time is a lot easier to deal with when it happens. That's just a real truth about life. Even things like turbulence, when you fly, if you have been apprised on your very first flight, if someone lets you know in advance that there is this thing that often occurs, more often than not, in fact, that turbulence is part of the deal. And here's what it doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that the plane is falling apart. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. It's just the nature of the variance of air pockets that when you're hitting it at in excess of 500 miles per hour, that as you move from thicker air to thinner air, that variance is being met, the plane hurling forward is being met with varying levels of thin air versus thicker air, which creates a shake moving at that speed. When you know these things, you don't have to start jumping to conclusions, or put simply in words from the 60s and 70s, freaking out. You don't have to freak out. There's
Right.
nothing to freak out about. You just go, oh God, am I ever thankful that I spent that 30 minutes discussing this with a pilot years ago who worked for American Airlines. And he was telling me when I was a young man, because I started traveling a lot, I was flying a lot, of exactly the nature of it, and gave me an explanation, a quick crash course, probably not the best word usage, but a quick course in physics, the physics of flight. So I have taken this ball and run with it to come up with so many different life teachings. And one of the biggest ones is to recognize that in your life, so Weldon, are you the only one? I saw one from you. Are you the only one that has seen tide move out and a little boat left sitting on the sand? I'm talking about a little rowboat, not a big boat, because the big boats are always way, way out because they factor in that the tide is going to go out, and they ideally want the boat to still be in the water. So all I'm saying is this: it is very common. In fact, I'm going to use a stronger term. I'm going to use the term always. Everyone always at some point experiences their personal tide going out. And sometimes it goes out for hours. We call that a mood. Sometimes it goes out for days or weeks or months. And in some instances, it even goes out for years.
Yeah.
The tide going off simply meaning it feels like you're off your game. It feels like something is wrong. And I think the more we can tap into an understanding that it is life and nothing more, when the tide rolls out, and we start not only trusting the process and knowing in advance that it is its nature to return. We know this in advance. But here's the cool thing. Because we have the spiritual maturity to recognize that it's just a time where the tide is out in my life. So now we go, aha. So do I just wait? Well, the answer is, regarding the thing the tide is out about in that matter, yes, we wait. However, the tide being out itself can be a wonderful opportunity to do the things that we can only do when the tide is out. So here's an example. When the tide goes out, we'll use the boat as an analogy, and I'm almost done, Ken. Hopefully that bought you a little time. But when the tide goes out and we see the boat sitting there, which I've taken photos of this scenario. Yes, Weldon, correct. It is just life. So the boat is there. Well, let's say that let's say that you were going to try to sell your home and you were taking pictures of your beachfront property, or you were going to show the house. Probably the best time to show the house would not be when the tide was out. So there might be a specific time where you wouldn't want to go take pictures because there's no water there and the boat is parked on the sand. But if you trust and wait, you'll be able to shoot the photographs later today when the tide comes back in. In situations where you feel like maybe there's a problem that's been going on in your life, let's say that your boat is leaking and you figure out whatever the metaphor is, but your boat is leaking, then instead of panicking, use the opportunity, because you certainly can't fix a leaky boat in the water, right? I mean, you can try, and I'm sure they have these fancy new products and so forth, but clearly the easiest way to work on a leaky boat or to repair your boat is to dry dock it. So when the water goes out, what a great time to peel the barnacles off your boat, sand it, paint it, but do something with the quality of the vessel so that when the tide comes back in, you can set sail in a quality piece of machinery, which is you. And this is what we're doing in the workshop right now. The entertainment industry has been closed down since the second week of March. I have been unemployed by my employer, as have all the other actors, but I have a business running my own studio. And so what we're doing is grooming so that when the career tide comes back in, and it will, I don't know when, but it will, because it's the cyclical nature of things to do that. When it comes back, a greatly refurbished version of me will be the one that is raring to go, to jump back into the game and seriously ready. Seriously ready. And this is what happened when I was watching the documentary tonight, is realizing what we do when the tide goes out is the mark of a champion.
Yep.
What do you do, all of you, when your tide goes out? Do you panic? Do you trust that it is part of a cycle? Do you get to work? Do you work on the things you can't work on when the tide is in, which is my recommendation. So those are my thoughts. It was a huge thing that I was thinking about all while I was washing dishes.
Yeah.
And, and I guess what I thought about is that while I was washing dishes, I was basically washing the boat. I was cleaning the boat. I was getting something done. And I finished up, and then you walk away, and it's not an ego thing. It's an achievement thing where you walk away and you look in the dish rack and you realize that those dishes are clean solely because of intentionality. Yep. They did not clean themselves. And now those dishes become a metaphor, and you can look and go, you know what? That's everything in life, Ken. Yep. That's everything in life. Everything in life is doing the dishes. So you've got a problem. Forget how severe it is, but you've got a problem. The dishes are dirty. They're stinky. Some of them have set too long, maybe is the issue, and it's caked on, or there was a food that got sticky and it's hardened. Maybe eggs tend to get hard and stuff like that, cheese and so forth. And it's going to require a little soaking. It's going to require a little extra effort. But at the end of the day, that they're not pretty. When you photograph them, it's kind of a big mess. And it usually takes me about 30 meditative, wonderful minutes, not more. And then I look over and I've got this gorgeous pile of clean dishes. And a lot of people would think, you have a dream life. You do what you want. You travel all over the world. You make movies. You have a talk show with your buddy Ken on Sunday evenings, and Scott McCain.
And Thursdays and Fridays. And
well, yeah, we do tend to talk more than that. You have your own studio. You teach actors. And yet, why are you joking? Is something wrong with you? Why would you get excited about doing dishes? And yet, please know, this is not said as a joke. I love it. I've written probably 25% of my last book while washing dishes, because it is meditative and you can work through things. Let me see what Weldon is saying. Can you read that, Ken?
How used to just work straight through the problem. As I
maybe it's how I used to.
Yeah, how I used to is just work straight through the problem. As I've gotten older, I found that doing something else and coming back to it is easier.
Right. And sometimes the doing of something else relaxes the mind so much. There you go. Answers pop in and you make decisions because you're not transfixed.
Look what Colin said a minute ago.
Ideas.
Trusting that the tide will come back in and make the pictures better is in a way the same as walking past the dock because you know you won't always be able to do so.
That's very insightful, Colin. I love that.
So do I. That's great.
Colin, can you say more on that? It's the same as walking past the dock because you know you won't always be able to do so. Right. So are you referencing just the fact that both you and the dock are temporary? Is that what you're referencing? I want to be real clear on exactly what you mean by that, because I love that song, "We May Never Pass This Way Again." And I think when we really embrace that, what does Greg Pirtle say? Thank you both for sharing. My tide is coming back in after nearly 2 years. It's been tough, but I've grown so much. During that time, I met Glenn and joined his class. It's been a crazy time job-wise. Last month, I opened my own business. This week, I closed my first deal, a good one. My family and marriage are stronger. Now I'm thinking about writing a book, thanks to Ken, tonight. And I'm working towards getting back to the workshop. Sounds like things are on the up and up.
That's awesome, Greg.
Greg, and I'm thrilled for you.
And let me say this to him real fast.
Sure.
Stop thinking about writing your book and start writing your damn book, Greg. With signed, Ken. Dude, write the book. Like listen. I told myself these stories for 25 years. People said, "Ken, you got to write a book. You got to write a book, man. You got so many cool stories. You got to get it in a book, man. You got to get a book out there." And I was like, if I write a book, how do you even get it published? Who do I call? I don't know Glenn Morshower, who might know somebody that knows somebody that knows a publisher. I don't know that. I didn't know people, so it held me back. And then once I learned how easy it was, and I mean, look, I've said it and I'll say it again, that Mark Victor Hansen is the world record holder at selling books. He sold over 500 million books, and he actually put a course together teaching you how to write and market your book to make it a bestseller. So I said, who else would be better to learn from than the number one guy in the world? So he has a course. I somewhere I have a URL. I don't even know what it's. You have a book in you course or something. But I mean, like, if I wanted to be an actor, right? Which I guess I kind of am. I'm a talk show host.
Yeah, you are.
but like, I would come to Glenn Morshower, who, by the way,
I would hope that you would. I mean, especially at this point with our friendship as it is.
Kurt
Fuller.
Oh my God.
Kurt Fuller.
Can I tell him about that?
Of course you can. And I want to acknowledge James's comment too. He said, "I'm taking clean dishes out of the cabinets just to wash something."
All right. So, and I want to go back.
I love that. That's beautiful.
James,
good for you, James. Well done.
James is a client of mine too. And I want to address something he said a second ago. Here. Damn, I do a ton of dishes and I got nothing. So here's the difference.
And I'm going to follow you up on it. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this. The difference is what I was saying a little bit ago, and that is I am blessed and favored is a mindset. And if you have that mindset, you will be blessed and favored. If you have the mindset of when I wash dishes, it's a meditative state for me, and great things always come to me while I'm washing dishes. You're going to have that. It's a mindset shift. It's just reframing it. Like I've always said, you know how I load the dishwasher? I get my wife drunk.
Right. Which the women's movement, by the way, is tremendously appreciative of your sensitivity. By the way, just so you know.
That's a Jeff Foxworthy joke.
So I want to second that and add that first of all, if you think about it, dishwashing is an example of something that the vast majority, we're not talking about 51%, Ken, the vast majority of people view as a pain in the ass.
Yes.
That's how they see it. So think about it. They charge into an activity that they're going to do, right? But they see it as something they have to do, and it's regarded as a pain in the ass. Well, if something is a pain in the ass to you, exactly how much enlightenment do you think is going to occur while you're doing it? You know what I mean? I don't care what it is. If your mindset is this sucks, you're usually not visited by ancient wisdom. Am I wrong?
That is funny.
It is funny. I mean, that's a stand-up routine right there. But if you go into it thinking, you know what, I can't wait to see what visitations I will be the recipient of.
What mindset do you have?
Mental visitations.
What mindset do you have, like in the middle of a colonoscopy, for example?
I guess notice how attractive the physician is, or whether or not does that take the edge off of the discomfort? Do you think, well, I mean, it could be worse. I could be the recipient of this from an unattractive physician. Maybe there's that. Colleen says LMAO. That's funny. Ken, did we invite our family here to share this out? Because we are talking about interesting things, or at least I think you and I both think they're interesting. I used to do a lot of affirmations back in the Tony Robbins days. I need to get back to it.
It's the most important part of my life change. The number one most important part of me having a massive shift in my life
is your meditation or your affirmations, or both? Okay.
Both. The affirmations, though, man, look, we have some really loving, caring, good people here that are sharing.
Yes, we do. Like I should be sharing, even if we're only going to be on a little while longer.
Dude, did you not share? You're asking people to share and you didn't share?
I just said that I would share. It occurred to me that I was so eager to speak with you.
I know, man.
I look forward to reading your book. Can't wait to reprimand.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go. Let me share you out here. Why don't you not put me on a single screen while I'm sharing out the show? That's probably pretty boring for everybody. Let's play Watch Glenn share the show out.
No,
a while ago we watched him eat. Now we're going to watch him share the friggin' show.
Dude, I actually, when I was laughing, I hit the button on my mouse and I went back. So I was completely out of the stream. I had to re-enter the whole
no
thing.
Kidding? Wow. Yeah. And I was sitting there leaning on you for guidance and support.
Sorry, man. You just hit the little share button under my
video. There you are. I had to go over to your page. So
yes. Yep.
There we go. Share. And that one goes to the public. And then I'm going to share again. And this one is going to go to our Extra Mile page.
Mike Scott says, do you have a list, or do you do your affirmations? I write them out and then I speak them out loud prior to and after I meditate.
Without a doubt.
Weldon just shared. Nice. That's awesome. Who else has shared? Who else? If you shared this out, drop it in. I'll put you up on screen.
It should be good for some sort of discount on something like a grilled cheese sandwich, maybe some pickles.
Joe Skelly, your doctor called with your colonoscopy results. Good news. They found your head.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's funnier than shit.
That news they found your head. And that message you sent to me about the alien abduction.
The alien abduction?
You sent it to me about 2 weeks ago. About they were rounding up all the guys with and it explains why you were not abducted. Come on, it was one of your people that sent you
I didn't
this.
send you that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
no,
you did.
I did not.
I will send it back to you.
I wouldn't have sent that to you.
Okay.
I don't think.
Famous last words. Anyway, did that so regarding Weldon, you talked about affirmations, and I want to mention
Look at all
something
these
about
people that have shared this, dude. Hyena
Thank you.
is
Thank you,
over
guys.
on Twitch.
Hyena
So
has become a big supporter.
big supporter. I agree. And have we asked Hyena, are you a dude or a dudette?
Well, I know this was the part about laughing, Hyena, because you made that comment the other day. But Weldon, I want to target Weldon for this, but certainly
he's a dude, man. Sorry.
Colin will be into this. Jason, let me see who else is. I don't know who's in the house tonight. There's Jason.
Yeah.
But you mentioned affirmations, and I will say regarding affirmations, I do them. We do them at the school, and I would give them a yes if. Yes if, not yes and not yes but yes if.
Okay.
Affirmations often don't work, and I have the why, if I may be so bold. The why is because if you buy a car that's brand spanking new, like a new affirmation, it's great that it looks good. It's great that it's new. It's great that all the parts are there. But you have to have gas in it. And affirmations have to have gas, most assuredly. And that gas is the faith/belief. Those words are interchangeable. It doesn't matter which one you use. But the belief that when you do them, change is ignited immediately.
Hey, I'll be right back. Maybe. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Not maybe, not hopefully, and not I want it to be that way. It is that way, that change gets underway immediately at a metabolical level. You know, if you were to be able to measure this stuff with some sort of microscope, some sort of micro camera, I don't have the terminology, but if they were to do some sort of sophisticated scan of molecules being set into motion, affirmative thought does that. Most assuredly, there's too much evidence in the world to refute that. It's just the truth. But, or if you hold the belief behind it that this is good for me, this is life affirming, this is good for my health, this is good for my relationship, this is good for my my prosperity quotient, this is good for my whatever it is, you get to fill in the blank. But holding that belief when you make these statements. So if you say to yourself, I'm an unrepeatable miracle in time, saying that while simultaneously holding the belief that you're a piece of dog crap, that affirmation winds up being canceled out. They kind of offset one another.
I disagree.
Well, let me finish. I never said that it renders it pointless. It renders it pointless. I don't believe it renders it pointless. What I'm saying, I wrote a chapter about it. The chapter was called The Dog Poop Donut. And it's about affirmations because, so let's say, for example, you have an internal, you'll wind up agreeing more than you think you might, Ken. Let's say that your current belief system or methodologies, the approach you're using with which to live your day-to-day life, let's just say it ain't working. Okay? I don't mean yours, Weldon. I mean anybody. Insert the name of a person. Your life is not unfolding the way you dream of. Things are not going well, and it's not a recent development. It's been this way for a very, very long time. We could certainly lift up the hood of the car and explore in greater detail what is causing that. Why are things working? Because there's always a reason or reasons. That is a mechanical explanation of life. Anytime something's not working, we need to go upstream from that, not downstream. We go upstream and discover, okay, this is the symptom. We call it the problem. In fact, it's not a problem. It's the symptom. The problem isn't here. The problem's upstream. So now we travel upstream to causation, and we take a look at what is causing this. So with affirmations, if our belief system is sitting there like dog poop, and we'll call it a dog poop donut. Well, if you go into a bakery and you find out where the dog poop donuts are, first of all, they're never selling big, and they look great in the case, in the glass case. But as soon as they put them out on the counter, you can begin to smell them. Affirmations, it's been my opinion, if you have a dog poop belief system, are like dipping a dog poop donut into more sugar to make it taste better. Like you're going to dip it into chocolate sauce, and then somehow you think that's going to fix the donut. The reality is it only makes the outside taste better, but it's still got dog poop on the inside. And that's my point, Ken, is that affirmations do work, but they are best able to assist us when we excavate whatever isn't working from within and replace them with the affirmation.
Well,
that's my take on
it. And I do agree with you. I just had to throw
you just in general like to say, I don't agree.
We banter. We that's one of the dynamics in our relationship that people love, I think.
But you're a sensible human being. I'm a sensible human being, and that is a sensible explanation. I've seen too many people that go, why I'm going to give you an example, Ken. Watch closely. Why aren't my affirmations working? And I go, look at your face.
Right. So
this is why your affirmations aren't working. Watch this. I am whole, complete, and perfect. I love everything about being alive.
Yeah, I can tell.
Didn't work.
So, okay. But one of the things that I teach is the biggest reason that affirmations will not work is or that life failures continue to happen is because of these three affirmations. I am worthy. I am capable.
Can I guess what the third one is?
Strong.
Enough. Oh, okay.
Strong. I think people are afraid to look, man. I cannot fathom. I cannot understand working for a company. The world
once
needs.
Upon a time you did, right?
No.
You never worked for a company?
Of course I've worked for them.
Well, what I'm saying
is never works out.
Here's what I'm asking. I'm asking, was there ever a time? I know you feel that way now. Was there ever a time when that was okay, or have you never been okay in your entire life?
At 16 years old, I punched my manager at McDonald's in the face.
Okay, you're right. You never did like working for a company, Ken. I'm able to diagnose you like that. Typically, you'll find that when you're punching the manager in the face, this often leads to termination.
No, I quit and then punched him in the face. But anyway, so well, it says bad, Ken. So I think that when we don't feel like we're strong enough or we're not worthy enough, it's scientifically proven that the human mind cannot hold two thoughts at the exact same moment. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, who I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff or not, Colleen's reacting to punching the guy in the face, or she's reacting to your reaction, which was even funnier. But anyway,
she was reacting to my angry man face.
so
hopefully to all of the above, right?
Right. So, but Dr. Joe Dispenza has done a tremendous amount of work on this, and he said,
if I had to pick one of you to have punched a McDonald's manager at one point, it would have been. Oh, it wouldn't have been Ken.
Oh, wow!
What?
Thanks, Colin. I know
really?
Glenn does. Look, Glenn looks so violent. Look at him. Oh,
really? This is amazing.
General guy.
That's wild. I mean, my feelings aren't hurt. I am shocked by that, though. I mean, Ken is the obvious criminal. Look,
Oh my God. Wow.
look at these two.
Wow. That is so funny. So, dude, listen, Dr. Joe Dispenza has done a ton of research on this, and he talks about, you know, that Mick knocked out, hyena said Mick knocked
out.
I love it. I love it. I didn't knock him out. I was a scrawny little kid. But anyway,
well, if it happened at 25, if it happened at 25% through the first round, it was a quarter rounder.
Oh my God. Special Agent Pierce gets the job done. Exactly. Like, I mean, dude, you've been shooting people on TV for years. You're a violent dude.
The two key words here are on TV. You punched an actual McDonald's manager. It wasn't a stunt. It was the real deal.
The fact that he even
a McBruiser
of manager.
Did you see that? A McBruiser. Hyena's funny.
That is awesome. Colin said, just for the record, we love you too, bro.
Well, I love you a little less. Got to be honest with you, Colin.
All right. So can I finish my thing here?
I wish you would.
So, wow. So Dr. Joe Dispenza says that we have on average 60,000 thoughts per day, and that 90% of those are or how's that go? 95% of those are the same thoughts that we had yesterday. So we're constantly reliving the same thoughts over and over and over. And I'm going to give you an example in a second. We're living those thoughts over and over and over. And here's the worst part. We are living a lie, because 50% of those thoughts that we're having over and over and over and over are lies. They're embellished.
Somebody else's.
We're making them up. Yes, they're somebody else's. But an example would be, you know, I won't go into. I don't want to get personal.
And we should have 1,200 people watching right now.
But I mean, there's a handful. But here, like, when you let's say that you stub your toe in the morning and you go on about your day and you get to work and you feel that throb from where you stubbed it pretty hard, and then somebody comes up to you and they start talking to you and they're like, what's wrong? You seem off today. And I broke my freaking toe this morning, man. I hit the nightstand. I'm pretty sure it's broke. It's not broke, man.
Well, actually, in the morning, you'd be hitting the morning stand. But
right. But I'm just saying that we have a tendency of embellishing the actual facts of our lives.
Right.
And then we speak those out, and then we speak them out, and then we have to believe that it's true. So we keep embellishing it. And then it's like we become trained to, oh my God.
Did you hear about the guy who dipped his balls in glitter? It was pretty nuts. Wow.
Oh my God. Don't give Glenn any ideas for his next.
For my next pun?
No, your next audition.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh, so and Weldon says that we're all actors. So we're living this. We're living in this space that most of us are making up a lot of it as we go along. We're just making it up. And then we feel like we have the right to question reality. It's like, dude, what is reality? Reality is something Colleen said instead of baloney.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Let's just stop and take a moment to analyze the spelling of baloney. Like, where's the why? Why wouldn't we all say Bologna?
I know.
Or even Bologna, because sometimes those G's are like that.
But
Do you know?
Bologna makes more sense.
Right.
Joe,
Thanks for the messages. I love it.
Joe, you're awesome, man. Another client of mine. Good
So when does an L make an R sound, Ken? Watch this one, because this one's mind-blowing. This is my favorite one. Yeah, lasagna is pronounced lasagna. Why wouldn't Bologna be pronounced Bologna? Or Bologna, right? Not bologna. You wouldn't say lasagna. Let's get some lasagna.
Right.
There are no rules. It's sort of like, well, the rules were whatever we came up with that day, son. Those are the rules.
Right.
So you ready? Right.
Here,
and then back
let's mess them up. Let's call it baloney.
So here is my favorite word of all of these that defies, there simply is no logic. And all I can say is if you have the logic for this one, drop a 1 and then provide the logic. Don't just drop a 1.
Right.
But drop a 1 that says, Ken, Glenn, I have the answer, and then provide the answer. You ready? When is an L? When does it double as an R? How about the word kernel?
Right.
Where the hell
Kernel
does the mysterious R sound appear? Did the L hang out with the R's and take on a characteristic? But C-O-L-O-N-E-L, colonel, is somehow magically transformed into kernel.
Hey, look who it is.
Hello, Jennifer.
She's awesome, isn't she?
I mean, kernel. Really?
Colin has the logic.
Okay, let's hear it, Colin. We're waiting.
Here's a good one. Hyena dropped right here. Look. It has 3 different sounds in that.
No, it's got 2.
No, has 3.
Passe. So it's an S sound, and then
shh.
Oh, you're talking about ocean. I was just looking at. Oh, I got you. I didn't see ocean. Yeah, that is right. Yeah, it is 3. I was looking at only Pacific. Yes, ocean. So it has a C, it has a K, and it has a sh. Your dad was a colonel? Nice. Pacific Ocean is a great example of that.
It really is. There's 3 different sounds for the letter C in 2 words.
Why hasn't anyone ever busted a tooth on a corn colonel? You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
It's bizarre.
Here's Colin's logic.
Is he going to give us?
He's saying his name could be
based
on the Colonel. So, yeah. He should be called.
So his name is actually Corin Murphy.
Huh. Interesting. Freddie Perez is watching. My phone says so, but Freddie's watching.
I think that
we have a lot of people just watching. They're stalking us. They're not.
Are they wanting to offer? Because Weldon. In all fairness, Weldon deserves to be a partner.
I know Weldon's always here.
He should be on the air. He's always there with a helpful thought, some fascinating content, quick wit. If we are going to continue with this storyline, I'm going to have to put my spelling bee girl, Kara or Kara, on. Probably Kara. We have a Kara in our workshop. I can't spell my own name most of the time. Yeah. I love that we hop around, Ken.
We never logged on. Long day.
I'm going to go back up and see some of the other comments.
Colin says, I'm not smarter than Glenn. That's well established.
I think you're a sharp tack, my friend.
He is a sharp tack. He's a bartender. Remember? He's
Yes,
Scott and Tammy's favorite bartender.
correct.
In
So is Colin still in that area? Is he in Carruthersville?
I think so. Aren't you, Colin, in that general vicinity? I struggle with names with no vowels. How many names? Well, I've never. What's a name with no vowel? Look, Joe says Hors d'Ouvres.
Right.
I was like, no, I don't want any Hors d'Ouvres. Ew.
Yes. It sounds like a sexual position as you look at it. Like, have you ever tried this one? I mean, it's weird.
Oh, he's in Indianapolis.
Did I ever tell you that I was friends with a kid in high school whose name was Vincent Vicinity?
What was his name?
His name was Vincent Vicinity.
Okay.
His parents bestowed that name on him. That's just a hell of a name to carry, Vincent Vicinity. So anyway, the guy winds up going into the military and he wound up making general.
General Vicinity?
Yes.
Oh my God. Holy crap.
You know what I love? I love the little clock ticker that it takes for something to hit you. And it's like, and 3, 2, 1. Get it, Ken.
Oh my God, that's funny.
General Vicinity.
It's on the
Some
menu.
generals should really be named that. You show some respect, son. You're standing in front of General Vicinity. I think I'm going to do a comedy and make up a character named General Vicinity. You guys heard it first. If someone tries to copy this, you heard me on this date, the 22nd of July, 2020. I'm gonna write a character named General Vicinity, and that should be in a spoof, don't you think? It should be like some sort of Naked Gun type spoof. What do you think, Ken? Yes? No? Maybe?
Dude, talk to your agent. I don't know anything about your business.
I love comedies.
Look what Weldon says. You can tell when that was like 30 minutes ago. I'm in.
Let me tell you what that was, Weldon. I pitched that fastball. I pitched it right at Ken, who was at the plate. He swung at it after the catcher had already thrown me the ball back. That's what just took place.
Oh my God.
Just so you know.
But I'll make you a great old-fashioned. What's that?
Old-fashioned.
What is that?
It's a drink.
Oh, well, I don't drink.
I almost never do, but I've only sipped an old-fashioned once in my life. And then it just became old-fashioned. So I didn't
All right,
it.
say that name right there, dude.
Either Glee Asociados or Glee Asociados. Asociados Seguros is the last part. I don't know if that's Glee or Gly. Glee Asociados Seguros.
Seguros?
I think I've got it. Glee Asociados Seguros.
All right, what's it mean?
Well, seguros is to be sure or certain. Asociados, I would assume, is to associate with somebody, right?
Yeah, and Glee was a TV show.
Well, yeah, but not spelled Gly.
Oh.
So maybe there will be an explanation offered.
Gly? Like, oh, that Gly?
Right?
No, that's
that
Guy.
Gly from that schlo.
That schlo.
Right.
Spewing that stuff. So look, Freddie went to school with a Sonia Duran.
Yeah.
Is that General Vicinity married to Connie?
General Vicinity is married to Connie. Nice.
Connilingus.
Is that where we've taken our show now?
Oh, it's terrible.
Thank you, Joe, for
Sure.
that.
Thanks, Joe. We've fallen so far, and you just reminded us. Thank you. Leanne Isaacson.
A beautiful day today, buddy. I had a gorgeous day.
I had an unbelievably good day, man. Really good day.
Leanne wants to know. Let her know that she just came in on the back heels of absolute gold. That it's been a nonstop saturation of gold.
Oh, it's like the California gold rush up in here tonight.
I don't know what time you came on. Oh, you came on a while ago.
Who?
You did. I'm looking up at the time, and that was mostly you before I got here. So what,
dude?
What all were you talking about?
I don't know. We've been on. I was ready to quit it at 39 minutes in, and you said, "Hey, do you want?"
I said, "Hey, I want to go." Look at this. Look at this. That's my clock that I keep on my desk.
Pull it back.
24.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that nice?
Is that like in reference to the show that
Yes.
you were on?
Yes, it was one of my gifts one season.
They gave that to you?
Oh man, I have so much 24 memorabilia. It's just it's phenomenal.
Dude, really? Can I have that?
This way, I can feel close to the West Coast because no matter where I am, I know that that's what time it is in Los Angeles.
Can I have it?
Well, now I have to say yes. It sucks. Otherwise, you got all the people watching the show going, "What a jerk! He won't even give his friend a friggin' clock."
Yeah. After he just said, "I've got so much 24 paraphernalia."
You can have it, and
I don't want it. It was a joke.
I don't want you to think in any way, shape, or form that I would be giving it to you begrudgingly.
I don't. I'm not gonna take it.
Even though my face might look like this when I do.
Right.
You go, here, Walls, here, take your clock. Take your clock, Walls. Good Lord, if I'd shown you one of my kids, would you say, I want to raise him instead of you?
Oh, look, Pam went and meditated for an hour and came back, and we're still live. We weren't live again. We're live still. Oh, 24. Was that a show? Never heard of it until
now. By the way, she mentioned you just had Pamela up there.
Yeah.
I should tell Pamela about one of my mother's old, wonderful Southern dishes called chicken oh my gosh. I'm serious. Chicken oh my gosh. It's phenomenal. My mom used to make it, and we were curious when she first started serving it to us, and we figured out how it got its name is because we pop it in our mouth and go, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
See, it's catchy. You didn't even eat it. You just heard about it and you went, oh my gosh.
No, I said, oh my God.
Chicken, oh my gosh.
Help me.
Collins says, taking the experience is only there for limited times. Can you click that one on Collins? Because now I guess this is way back. Let me go back and read it.
Hey, you're
taking the experience, I am. I'm like at 11:23, which is 30 some odd minutes ago your time. Taking the experience is only there for a limited time. Seems like a positive experience to most people, and people look at the tide being out as a negative. Either point in time can be positive or negative depending on perspective. You have the choice to make what you want out of either spot. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm living in present time. You're in the past.
I was trying to honor the fact that there were those who preceded my arrival, sir. Jesus. I wanted to respect the fact that I didn't figure life began when I arrived. Unlike some talk show hosts.
Oh my God. Look, Jen, I want to call her Jen so bad, but it's Jennifer.
Look, she's talking about your hair smells terrific.
I know. Wait, weren't we just talking about that?
We were. We absolutely were. How weird is that?
When were we talking?
We were talking about it this week, and I'm the one that brought it up. And I said, remember that? And 99% of the audience was like, No, it was. I think maybe it was in my school.
Was it in your school?
I think it was in my school. And
I
only
was one of the people said, "Yeah, I remember it."
yeah, there were only a couple of people that remembered.
Yeah.
And now I'm using a new shampoo called G My House, My Hair. G, your scalp smells terrific. Anyway, you were living by yourself. What is that? Hey, Pamela. Pamela, I really enjoyed seeing your COVID gear.
I don't want to call you JMO. I just want to call you Jen.
JMO.
I like Jen. I don't know.
Yeah, JMO's.
I've always been
JMO
fond
could
of
be.
the name Jen. Maybe it's because it rhymes with Ken. It's really close to my name.
But Jennifer, the name Jennifer itself is a beautiful name.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's just a lot of syllables. Like, hey Jen, how you doing? Instead of hey Jennifer, how are you doing? Like Jen just rolls. There's 3 syllables as opposed to 1. I don't know.
Plus, I have this sneaking suspicion that Jennifer is enough and doesn't need to be compared to anybody else. Therefore, we don't need JMO, right? We just Jennifer.
Jennifer.
We don't need to liken you to a J-Lo or anything else. You got your own thing going, girlfriend.
That's right. She's awesome too, by the way.
We all do. Hey, there's a thought. There's a topic that we can cover for the next hour.
Wait,
and then when we get into our
when we get into our 4th and final hour here in about an hour and 10 minutes, then we can go to a closing topic. No? Okay. All right. Well, No, I gotta go.
I think that we all have a special anointing. I really believe
I have a question for you.
Did you totally miss it? I said something very significant.
What? Say it again.
We all have a special anointing.
We do.
And we don't need to be compared to nor be like anyone else. The person we want to be like is us. Like, be like us.
Do you like what Jen just said? I can call her Jen now.
Like Barbie's Jen and Ken. Yeah.
I'm the only one allowed to call her that.
If we had hooked up with Jennifer for the show, it would have been the Jen, Ken, and Glenn show.
Oh, right. Man, that was a nice ring. See you, Scott. Thanks for stopping by. Jen, you're in. Scott, you're out. No, I'm kidding. So
it's a little weird when your cat comes all the way upstairs just to puke next to your foot. That just happened. Like just now.
Oh my God.
Hauled all the way up to the 2nd floor. Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? Oh, there he is. Could have stayed downstairs to do it.
Oh my.
But no.
Oh my God.
Don't make me hold this computer to zoom in on it, because if I'm lying, I'm dying.
No, I don't want to see it.
It is right here next to my foot.
Dude, that is so nasty.
Thank you, Chance. That's my buddy Chance, who I found on a freeway 2 years ago.
And then he walked away?
We circled back and grabbed him because the lifespan of a cat on a freeway is.
Did he puke and leave the room?
Yes. He offered his gift and departed. Like, here's my gift. Here's my gift. Here's my gift. And then he gone.
Just wanted you to know I wasn't feeling well.
Okay, bud.
Here's the evidence.
Here we go. So
Dude,
Pamela, when did you meet Pamela? I mean, not Pamela, but Pamela and Jennifer both.
When did I
meet them? Who have you known longer? Yeah.
Oh, God. I've known Pam, I think, the longest for sure.
Yeah, Pam's cool. I like
Pam's awesome. Pam lives in Idaho, and
I thought she lived in Kansas City. Oh, shower got one right.
You did, but she is back and forth, I think, she has homes all over the world. So
you feel you have to do to solve your inaccurate guess.
So I was speaking at an event. Dude,
I'm sorry, I'm checking on my boy.
He's fine. He's a cat. He just puked. Yeah. They puke.
I know.
Give him a Tums or something, send him on his way. So, all right, look. So Pepto.
Give him a Tums.
Give him some Tums or something. Yes, we met. Jen and I met via Kyle Wilson. That's right.
Got it.
I think that Jennifer, weren't we already friends? I thought we were. We were already friends. We were friends because I remember checking that day. So, and Pam, you want to hear how much? Oh, look who's on here.
Brian Hess.
We got the Brian Hess.
What is he doing in Nashville? He's a Pennsylvania dude.
He's a Pittsburgh dude. Yeah.
Eating from Nashville.
Hey, Brian's gonna love this. Look what I picked up. Yo, yo, yo. What up, dog? What up? Go Stellars. All right, so
wait a minute. My buddy Ivan Schoenwald is here. Unbelievable.
Who?
Unbelievable. From grade school.
Are you?
I got a buddy of mine that just tuned in.
You are making that
grade school. I am not joking.
What's his name? Ivan.
Schoenwald. There he is. Hey, Glenn.
You guys went to
grade school, not just high school. Grade school.
Wow.
Arthur Kramer Elementary in Dallas, Texas.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Well, hello, Ivan.
Good to see you, Ivan. So
big time. Nice that you're here with us. This is my buddy Ken Walls. Let me introduce you. Ken and I do a talk show every Sunday evening with a gentleman named Scott McCain out of Las Vegas. And I'm here in Dallas, Texas, and Ken is in Marion, Ohio.
Yeah.
Courtesy of the internet, we come together as a trio, and usually at least 1 or 2 nights a week, Ken and I kind of float off and do our own thing very informally. But it's nice. So what's going on with Brian? What's Brian doing in Nashville?
He just said he has his whole leadership team in town from all over the country, and they're there for a big company meeting.
There are people meeting companies. Nice.
He is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nashville would be a cool place to do a team meeting.
Yeah, it would.
We did a team meeting in Nashville.
We sure did. You flew up there to meet me.
In Nashville.
Blows my mind.
Did we inspire Brian when we did that? What was the deal on that?
We met at a bowling alley over a White Russian. I understand that reference, Hyena. Glenn probably does not.
I know what a White Russian is.
No, but it's the bowling alley with the
lanes, lines.
It's no.
Maybe I don't get the bowling alley.
I'm reading Leona. Thank you, but I don't wear masks. So thank you, though. Appreciate that.
Ken, I can make you a Steelers man.
I'm medically exempt. So we met at a bowling alley over a White Russian. It's a reference of the movie that I keep bringing up that you need to see with Jeff Bridges and Roseanne Barr's husband.
Buddy, I've seen the film a zillion times, The Big Lebowski.
Oh, you've seen it?
Who hasn't seen The Big Lebowski?
I thought you were going to say, who are you?
Well, I'm going to say that next. Who are you?
Right.
Everyone's seen it. Plus, that was Jeff Bridges. It was his moment, when he came up as the dude.
Yeah, the dude.
Yeah, the dude. And then when Jeff and I worked together on The Men Who Stare at Goats, did you like Jeff's performance in the film?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was kind of an extension of the dude. He was kind of a hippie-esque dude that wound up in the military, and he was passing out flowers. Do you remember?
I remember him handing you the flower, and you looked at it, and then you went like that and looked at the guy next to you like,
right.
What?
Jeff Bridges handed me flowers, and I remember looked like, the hell is this?
Yeah.
Jeff, I got to tell you, Jeff's one of the coolest dudes on the planet today. Really nice man.
Dude, bring him on the show.
I don't know if he does internet talk shows, but he's a very cool dude. And
ask him to wear his robe and slippers and be on the show. That would be, and I'll wear my The Dude Abides shirt.
Carolyn and I joined Jeff and his wife for the entire afternoon and evening on the beaches of Puerto Rico, because that was the first location of the movie. We started out in Puerto Rico, and then we wound up finishing up in Albuquerque. What a double bill that is. Let's take you from the tropics to the desert.
To Albuquerque?
To Albuquerque, by the way. Albuquerque. It is the most misspelled large city in America.
Look what Joe just said.
Stopped by for a few minutes, been here for over an hour, going to bed so Glenn can go clean up that cat puke. You guys are the best. Well, the assumption is that I will clean it up.
Right.
No, I'll clean it up. Mama's gone to bed, and I won't be going to bed for several more hours. So,
dude, Brian Hess is a good dude.
Ken, can I give you some mechanical news today that really just thrilled me to no end?
Yes.
You know, please. I told you that you seem a little bored.
I'm bored out of my mind.
I've been working on my dad's car this week.
Right? Yeah.
And he passed away in 2005. And it's one of the few things that I've kept from.
He passed away in 2005?
In 2005, in May of 2005. And, you know, he bought this 2000 Buick that he drove around. Big, proud American, son, it's American car. And so I don't drive it very often. I have a lovely Infiniti that I love to drive. We have a Honda in LA, you know, my 3 cars. But anyway, I just thought, you know, I want to spend some time beautifying the old Buick and doing some work under the hood. So I had one piece of business left today, and that was to go hook the meter up and get a readout as to why an engine light was on. And everything about the engine checked out. And after I had changed the oil and some other mechanical things and worked on it, anyway, I put the meter on, and when I cleared the meter, it cleared out all the lights, and that engine light has been on for quite a while.
Yeah.
And it went out. And it's so interesting that the small things in life can sometimes bring us the greatest joys. I thought, you know, he's got to be smiling. He's got to be smiling like, dude, you don't even drive the car, son. And you cared enough to work on it. The other night I had the whole back bumper off, doing work on the back end, just making it look nice.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do during this stretch of, there's a whole lot of inactivity.
Look what she's saying. Here in South Australia, we are almost feeling like we're in a bubble. Only 2 COVID cases in the entire state.
Well, welcome back to normalcy.
Well, and it's because they stopped listening to the American media.
Did they ever start listening to the American media?
Probably not, because they're very smart down there.
Oh, look at Ashley. Look at Ashley.
Ashley is such a sweetheart. My God.
Have you gotten to know her at the workshop?
No, but I've seen her. I've seen her, and she's just a sweet.
Sweetie, we miss you. Come see us. And by the way, I have to give this pitch to any of our people. If any of our audience members, I don't even care if you're actors, if you want an insightful evening, we have a special guest coming up. I didn't know I was going to do a plug, Ken, but may I?
Yep.
We have a special guest at our studio on Tuesday night, and it is April Webster, who is a wonderful, wonderful casting director. She's arguably the biggest there is, and casts endless television shows and movies. Sometimes casting people will do one or the other. They'll cast exclusively a television show and do that for the duration of the one, sometimes a second one, but and then sometimes they'll do independent films and so forth. But she has bounced back and forth and cast so many things, and cast me many, many times, and has become a very special friend. And she is going to be in our workshop on Tuesday night. And if you're interested, then you can let us know. You can reach out to Ken. You can reach out to me on Facebook, and I'll give you more details about that. But that is Tuesday night of this coming week. And we meet at 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Or send an email to
Go ahead, you can say it.
Budipity,
which is spelled
Budipity
at Dipity is correct.
At You've Got Mail.
And this is where you should go on to make fun of me for still having an AOL account to go with my 2000 Buick.
What? Whoa.
No, you're not going to make fun of me for an AOL account?
No, I'll let everybody else do that.
Okay. We love and miss you, Ashley. Come see us, honey. You need to know that, Ashley, that April Webster will be in the studio. I will be posting about it on our page so that you can.
So what's the casting directors? They're the ones that like make sure
they're the ones who scoop. They scoop the ice cream. They scoop into the director's lap, meaning that the director doesn't have time. The executive producer doesn't have time to go see everybody in the business. They don't, because not everybody is at a level of efficiency where they are employable. So they hire a casting director whose job is to skim through all of the options and come up with the cream of the crop, and only present the cream of the crop to the director. It makes the director's job a lot easier. So the casting director ultimately does not have final say-so, but they deliver the goods to the director. And if it's an episodic show, for example, thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
That's how you reach us.
She's sweet. That's so nice.
But they will deliver, let's say it's an episodic show back when we were doing 24, or even now on The Resident, or West Wing, any of the episodics that I've had running roles in, they are interviewing about every 10 days for the following week's episode. And we take 8 business days to shoot the show. And then on that 9th day, they're starting a new episode, which includes a new director. So that's how they do it. And instead of a director having to look at, for a guest star role, 150 actors, instead, she will have narrowed it down to the top 8.
Look, we just recruited a new recruit.
Jennifer,
you'll love it. I'm telling you, you'll love it.
Jennifer, there wouldn't be a more important class to attend than this coming Tuesday night.
It's
now, Monday and Tuesday, but the class you would want to come to would be the one that's on Tuesday night.
So send an email to Budipity.
At AOL.
That's Carolyn. That's Glenn's wife, Carolyn.
Does that make sense, Ken? So the director now will only be seeing the top 8. Like I said, it typically is 8 to 10 actors, and it doesn't take as long. And here's the reality: of those 8 to 10 actors that they will see for that episodic guest star role, every one of them could do the job.
Yeah.
Every one of them. So it's really about deciding which paint color you would like on the canvas. Is Glenn Morshower's essence what we want here in this role? Is it Ken Wall's essence? Is it Jennifer's essence? Is it Ashley's essence? What is it we want? It is not an issue of capability. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you're emailing her. And that's even the correct spelling of my wife's name. It's not I-N-E. It is L-Y-N. Great. I'm glad you
know her really well. You can call her Care.
And Jen, yes, that's when you get into the hip, I know you lingo, you start using Care. And most people will wait at least 6 to 8 weeks, and Ken waited about 6 to 8 hours. So
it was like 3 hours, dude. I think
it was.
You had
to be a fly on the wall for that class.
Pamela,
same thing.
Come on in.
You would grow immeasurably from it.
I have to point this out. I want you to read this. Check this out. This is huge.
And you were going to show something, I think, on a share. Okay, I've got a random proposition for the two of you. I will donate a minimum of $1,000 to any charity you choose for the chance to be on a live stream with you. That's what this is meant to me. And truth be, wow, I don't even want to finish reading it yet. I will, but wow, that's what this is meant to. Well, Ken, put it back down. I do want to read it.
Are you chastising me?
A little bit. That's what this is meant to me. My goodness, Colin, that's awesome. I'm sorry, Corin, so that we get it pronounced correctly with the interchangeable R and L. And truth be told, I'm sure I could raise a lot more, and a lot of people would get what I've gotten from out of this. Bad news, we might have to include Scott, being as he's the reason I was introduced to the two of you in the first place. Wow. Well, I'm just really touched.
And then he says this.
Well, we feel that we do,
Wow.
and I'm not going to make a joke out of what I know is a sincere comment. We certainly do, and while we do embrace levity as part of our presentation, we do laugh a lot. We have a good time. I do know this. I know this about Ken. I'm going to talk about you now, Ken. Okay, and you don't even know what I'm going to say. But I love Ken. Ken is my brother, and he's not my on-screen brother. He's my brother, as evidenced by the fact that we talk multiple times a week. We talk most days. And what I know about Ken, though we agree on most things, and we disagree on some other things, what I know is there is an overriding truth, which is that his heart is in a beautiful place. And I know that about him. And if you watch any of his daily shows that he does, Break Through Walls, he manages to break through the walls of people's hardened hearts often and really make contact. It is very difficult to not be real with Ken. I think it's probably almost impossible to not be real with Ken because Ken is real. He's real. He's as real as they get. You're real, Ken, just so you know.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome, my friend. He's real. And so if you get into the tank with him for any measure of time, even if your initial strategy was to bullshit your way through it, that will dissipate. It will, because that's what happens with real people with good hearts, is they evaporate the layers of BS, really. It eviscerates, which is probably better than evaporates. It eviscerates. People who stand in the truth eviscerate bullshit artists.
Hold on.
That's a great truth.
Hold on. Alexa, define eviscerate.
The verb eviscerate is usually defined as to remove the entrails from, disembowel. For more, ask me to give you more.
Disembowel?
Eviscerate.
Yeah, just to completely wipe it out.
Glenn. Disembowel, dude?
It was correctly used. I think disembowel is a bit much, but to eviscerate, it means to utterly eliminate. So, for example, when in war, the objective in war, and I'm not advocating war, but if someone has an enemy that's after their butt, their job is to eviscerate the enemy,
disembowel them,
not slow it down,
disembowel them.
And so what I'm saying, if I may be frank, is that you have a beautiful gift of disemboweling bullshit.
Thank you.
That's a very high compliment.
Thank you. I receive it, and I thank you for that, man.
I mean, don't you think that you, through your truths, do in fact disembowel bullshit?
I try to.
Well, to me, that's a noble.
My goal is to teach other people to live in their own authenticity, because too many people think that to build a presence in life, whether it's online, on social media, or whatever, they think they have to spread it with a bunch of bullshit, and
they use trickery and tactics,
and you don't have and you know what, Colin is right, man. You're the same. You're exactly the same.
Well, at the end of the day, I think not only in live streaming, Ken, but frankly in life, I think so often that people engage the presentational self as opposed to the actual self, and you wind up seeing yet another display of lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing against pigs, but what I'm saying is they try to dress themselves up to be what they're not.
Yes.
Right. So did you read Megan's definition?
Also,
to deprive move
contents. Disembowel.
I think disembowel's a little.
Well, I'm just telling you what she said.
Because I would never say, "All right, Ken, get in there and disembowel your guests." I would never say that. I would think it, but I might not say it.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Holy crap.
You've got all of the great qualities of a beautiful human being. And I'll tell you, here's another word. If not eviscerate, you certainly disarm. You do that.
Yeah.
You disarm people. You disarm them from their gamesmanship. You disarm them from their nonsensical untruthfulness. Oh, your new nickname is the Disemboweler.
No.
Hey, Pamela,
God,
which
no.
one of us is going to be first to have a T-shirt made up for Ken that calls him the Disemboweler? And then on the back of the shirt it says "See eviscerate."
Yeah, and as I'm getting into my monster truck, my gosh. So hey, thank you, and dude, you're the same exact way.
That's why we're a good match.
I mean, look, Jen says, "Can you use disembowel and bullshit in the same sentence?"
Well, you just did.
Is that an oxymoron or a pun?
That's really funny. He disembowels bullshit.
That's funny. Hey, I have to go, my brother.
I know that voice.
Charles
That's
Coachman is
Ken
on here. It says Charles Coachman is watching. Charles Coachman.
Did we even hear from Charles tonight?
100 ways to disembowel a jackwagon.
Nice. There's your next book title, Ken.
Yes, there you go.
100 ways to disembowel a jackwagon.
That would sell. That would sell.
Nice.
Marketing. Look, Megan says marketing campaign in the works. It's literally unfolding right before our eyes. It's just happening.
Now tell me, where is Megan? Where is Megan out of?
Megan, where are you? Are you in Virginia now? Because I think she was in Megan.
Leona, go ahead.
I don't remember where she was. I think Oregon at one point or somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. And I believe she moved to Virginia, I believe. Charles Coachman calls us the Disembowel Twins.
How about the disemboweling duo?
Pam says T-shirt is on. I gotta say this, dude. The Disembowel duo. I like that.
The disemboweling duo.
Yes.
Yes.
So, no, I don't want to. No. Oh, that's right. She was in Lake Tahoe. That's right. Okay. I was kind of close.
I was in Lake Tahoe, or you are in Lake Tahoe?
She was. She is now in Virginia.
Okay.
Hyena says, I'm from the Pacific Ocean. All right, look, dude.
Is that why the Pacific Ocean pun was in there about the 3 pronunciations of sea?
No.
Pacific Ocean. That's nice.
Yeah.
So Leona says, keep it real, brothers.
Let me.
There's no other option, Ken.
Let me point this out. There are several people still on here commenting and hanging in there with us that said a while ago they were going to bed.
Well, let's let them do that.
And they're still here. So
Hyena is in Colorado.
Thank you, man. Hyena, what is your real name?
Say, this is how people meet each other. Weldon is saying he's in Virginia as well. Weldon, don't forget, my dear friend Susan Laurel Rose is in Virginia Beach.
Nathan. What up, Nathan?
Hyena is Nathan.
Here.
Cool,
Nathan,
cool. All right.
Yes, on Twitch, from Twitch. Can you diss a disemboweler?
That's good.
Wow. Hey, dude.
I'm just wondering if you shout at a professional bowler, are you a disembowler? Right as he's winding up, or she, to release the ball, and you go, hey, don't mess it up. Maybe you're a disembowler.
Look, Jen's in bed watching y'all versus reading 100 ways to disembowel
a jackwagon.
Oh my God.
So Jennifer, you're in Texas, aren't you?
Colin, yes, absolutely, dude. I mean, I'm down with getting Colin on, aren't you?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I would have done it tonight, except my jackwagon brother has to go to bed.
Yeah.
So we'll do it another night.
Did you just call me a jackwagon?
I admittedly did.
Wow. So does that that gets rid of the nice compliment?
It was only a temporary undo.
What's
You
that
can
called?
sit back into the fullness of my appreciation.
Yeah. Okay,
By
well,
the way, when you get up tomorrow morning, I don't want to ask you tonight because it's too late.
yeah.
But when you get up tomorrow morning, probably not going to have one in Marion, but look into the Yellow Pages, see if there's a place in Columbus
Who uses the Yellow Pages, dude?
or Google or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, not the Yellow Pages. They aren't even
They don't even exist anymore.
I haven't seen one in a while.
All right. Well, I'm going to go work on my 2000 Buick and see if I have any Yellow Pages ads in the
Look at
back seat.
trunk, maybe.
No, but listen, I was gonna make a point. Now it's gonna just die in the weeds here, but I'm saying that tomorrow morning that maybe you should drive to Columbus and see if you can rent a sense of humor. I'm sure they have one. You could at least.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Glenn. I appreciate you. Wow, look, he's gone.
Look at that. He's gone. Okay. Good night, my friend. Love you. Get some good rest. I'm going to go finish up my Michael Jordan. I'm going to watch my Michael Jordan documentary.
Well, don't hang up yet. Bye, guys.
Yellow Pages were disemboweled.
Huh?
Look at that, Ken.
I saw.
The Yellow Pages were disemboweled. That's funny.
All right. Hey, everybody, thank you.
Hey, good night, Ivan. Ivan may have left a long time ago, but if not, thanks for thanks for popping in tonight, brother. Hope you're well.
And
and Ivan, if you're still here, Sunday night we do this show with Scott McCain every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Yes.
Just so you know. And most of the people here that are watching, there he is.
There.
Might be at the house the other day. It was 1/4. All right. Well, we will be here on Sunday evening. It'll stream out on StreamYard, but it goes to Ken. How many different platforms?
I think 10 now.
That's great. And it's what? Facebook, YouTube, Twitch,
5
Twitter.
Goes out to 5 Facebook pages, 2 YouTube accounts, Periscope, which also hits Twitter. It's also on Twitch. That's where Hyena joins us from. Yeah. So it's
we will see you guys. You want to close with our thing, please?
Our video?
I think it's nice. It'll give Ivan a chance to see it.
Yeah, here.
And we will see you guys. We'll see you guys on Sunday evening.
Should I show him this one? No.
I don't know which one it was. I think both had the countdown.
That was the countdown timer. I'm kidding. All right, here's our video. We'll see you guys.
Show them the Positivity Brothers.
We'll see you guys on Sunday. Maybe sooner.
I think you owe them the Positivity Brothers, dude.
See you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. We're out.